Good morning, class 11. Girls, starting in accountancy, starting with the next lesson, that is 18th lesson, Bills of Exchange. We reach today Bills of Exchange, the 18th lesson. Now, girls, what are bills of exchange? We very well understand in accountancy, that is the base of accountancy, that the business or the entire business can never be transacted in cash. We always have to depend on credit transactions, right? Now, children, when the businessman, in order to enhance his trade, in order to exercise more of trading activities, he indulges in credit transactions. That he has to. But what is the surety of recovery of those credit that has been given for business transactions? Recovery, or I will say timely recovery. Even if the seller pays you back, but he pays you after the purpose of that finance, that money, that amount is lost for you. That is no fun for you. That is, the business will never be delighted with such activities, will never want these type of activities. So what is the midway of that? Stop transacting on credit. No, businessman cannot afford to do that. Business has to be transacted on credit. So the midway has been taken out, that is called bills of exchange. Now, bills of exchange, children, just open your textbooks, children. I'll open mine to help you understand it properly. Here, bills of exchange. The first thing that is there in bills of exchange, please come to this next page of bills of exchange, the second page that gives you the definition. This is the definition that has to be learnt. A bill of exchange is an instrument in writing. Instrument in writing. This, I will underline this word. It is in writing. It is not a verbal commitment. It is an instrument. Instrument means a document in writing. An unconditional order. Another very important thing to understand. Unconditional order. Unconditional. I will deal with all these in detail. Signed by the maker of the bill, directing to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of certain persons or to the bearer of the instrument. 3. Now I'll break down the definition, don't worry, and each word is important for you to understand. That is given in by way of features also. That is the same thing. Let us go in detail. The first thing that explains, a bill of exchange must be in writing. Very first thing, a bill of exchange must be in writing. If a bill of exchange is an agreement, a verbal agreement, it will not be considered as a bill of exchange. It is mere a verbal agreement. It will not be a bill of exchange. In order to make an agreement, in order to make a contract, a bill of exchange, it has to be reduced in writing. The first very important feature of bill of exchange. Second, the feature or the condition for a bill of exchange. It must contain an order. It must contain the order and not a request to make payment. The bill of exchange, I will show you the bill of exchange, the specimen of bill of exchange. It has to be an order. See on the coinciding page, if you see, the specimen of bill of exchange is given. You just keep following this video. I'm taking you there. This is a specimen of bill of exchange. The order says to here the stamp. This is the revenue, not the postal stamp, the revenue stamp. That is done by the registrar or the person from whom the bill, the notary, he does that registration. The stamp. The amount of the bill for which the bill has been drafted, And the language of the bill, see, it has to be an order. The order states 2 months after date, pay to me or my order the sum of rupees 5 lakh only for the value received. Value means the goods that have been given to you, sold to you. For those goods, you have to give me rupees 5 lakh 2 months after this date. This I'll explain. And it is signed by the seller. The date of the bill and the place of the transaction is written here. This is a specimen of a bill. Now see, 2 months later, pay to me. It is not written please pay or you are requested to pay or a condition given that in case possible, please try to make the payment. No, it is pay to me or my order. That means it is an unconditional order without any other condition attached with it. You will not forget this. You have to pay. It's an order that I'm giving you. Why will you pay me? For the value that you have received. That means for the goods that have been given to you. Next, now, the order must be unconditional, that no ifs and buts in the order. The amount of the bill of exchange must be definite. Pay to me rupees 5 lakh. See, it is rupees 5 lakh only. It is not written about 5 lakh or at the most 5 lakh or 5 lakh, nearly 5 lakh rupees. No, rupees 5 lakh, suppose it is not a round figure, 5 lakh rupees, 5 lakh 32,429 rupees 50 paisa. Till there it has to be definite amount, discrete amount. It has to be, there is no ifs and buts in that, and the amount must be very clearly written. The amount of bill of exchange must be definite. The date of bill of exchange must be fixed. You have to pay me on that date. 2 months later. See, bill has been drawn on this date and 2 months later. That means the bill will be given on that fixed date. The date of the bill also is decided. Sixth, it must be signed by the maker of the bill. The maker is called drawer of the bill. Who is drawing the bill? The seller. It must be signed by the acceptor, also called drawee of the bill. The acceptor, the purchaser, the buyer. The amount mentioned in the bill is payable either on demand or on the expiry of the fixed period. The amount of the mentioned bill is payable either on demand. These are the types of bills I'll just discuss with you in detail. Then the amount payable either to the bearer, that means who has the bill, or in case that has been given by, sent to you by my son or my accountant, the specified person to his order, that you have to make the payment either who brings the bill to you, or in case I tell you to make the payment to Mr. X, then please make it to Mr. X. That is to my order, whoever is ordered to be paid. It bears stamp according to the amount. So like here, the stamp will come according to the amount. In case 5 lakh rupees, 10 rupees stamp, 20 lakh rupees, then 50 rupees stamp. So accordingly, you are told by the court, by the notary public, that what type of stamp or what amount of stamp will you will write. The stamp is paid. So these are the 10 very important features of bills of exchange.